Hello, Evelyn. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Weedsy Bat, great to see you as well. Um, I'm kind of going early today. Turning a new leaf for me. Going to tackle a very serious topic I think we're dealing with. And I'm just going to jump right into it. I know that it's not going to be, it's a bit of a replay, but it's also some new things. I think that it'll be important, at least I hope it will, to add to the conversation that we have, or that we've been having. So anyway, I'm going to play just a couple of very short clips. I hope that's all right. And then I'm going to respond to them. And then from there, I'll bounce into the more important topic that I'd like to cover.
But by the way, Dana, nobody likes you. That wasn't a very nice thing to say.
Okay, I just want to comment. Did I actually say nobody likes you, Dana? Actually, I didn't, and I don't like people putting words in my mouth, but here's what I did say. And you know, it's no surprise or shock that you have difficulties in the entire community. You know, that's just a well-known fact. So if you're going to come for anybody, myself included, and tell us to do better, start with yourself. You be a good role model. All you've had to say about me is I'm a man of the cloth who doesn't defend people who are being attacked. Well, I do privately. Okay, I won't go on with that. When she mentioned, by the way, Dan, nobody likes you, I don't know where that came from, but I'm not going to just let that be said. I didn't say that. If I'm understanding what she's referring to, if she has some other quotation or something, then feel free, Dana, to share that with me, but I never said nobody likes you. In fact, you know, what I did say is no surprise that, and it would be true for everybody, really. You know, obviously people like you because they show up for your live stream. That means somebody's choosing to watch, but truth be told, we all have difficulties throughout the community. That'd be an honest statement for any one of us. I've been here for 11 years, and this is well, it's a mess. At times, this place is a disaster. Oh, I'm not even up on screen here.
And once in a while, if it's bad enough, I do publicly.
Okay, that's not me. Here I am. Anyway, hi. So I just wanted to kind of just bounce off of that before we bounce into the more serious topic. Welcome to people that are coming up. But as I said, I've been here for 11 years, and it's a mess. It's a disaster. It's a bunch of pettiness. There's a lot of revenge and things even worse than that, if you can imagine it. And I myself, I'll be honest with you, I've done some things I'm not proud of. Right? Social media communities are a difficult gig, right? It's a challenging place to be sometimes. It's a place where everyone is challenged or will be eventually. So let me see what's being said here. Janie Bobaney, welcome. I will be putting out a link if people, to individual links if people want to come up a little later. Nice to see you. So anyway, I know it's always tough to deal with conflict, but there's something much tougher and much more important that we have to deal with, and I don't think it's going to be certainly an easier topic, and that has to do with racism. So I'm going to be addressing that today in a straightforward fashion. Glad to see folks here. Lurkers as well. You're all welcome to chime in. So anyway, where was I? I want to be clear about something that I consider important, and that would be, well, I'll put up here, that would be us versus them. Instead of that, which obviously is not very, it's a moral failure, really. One part of the community is fighting against another part of the community, us versus them. It's kind of shameful because there's no getting around it. That is, it puts us further behind, not ahead. Before I met the players in this small community that we are a part of, I really actually, more than a year ago, roughly a year ago, I only heard about a few of you. I knew a few of you. And to be honest, I didn't know most of you. I probably still don't. That takes time, but it takes years maybe to truly even know yourself. It's a lifelong process. So I just want to make it clear that I don't believe in the us versus them approach. There's a much better approach called we, or we and us. I don't think anyone really is my enemy. I may have provocateurs. I may have people who there's animosity going on, but not an enemy. I don't see it that way. An enemy is just a friend we haven't met yet. In the right circumstances, we need to do that. So anyway, we can become more entrenched if we want to keep the barriers up in the us versus them. I don't think it's a good idea. I think a lot of people realize that. But I also realize if there are some people that actually want us versus them, if they want that, then, we're not going to make any progress. What I have to say will fall on deaf ears, and some of you want a kind of peace. Maybe not. Maybe a ceasefire, maybe not. Do you want to get along better? I don't know. But this is the second time I'm extending the olive branch to you, Dana. I invite you up on my panel. No one will attack you. A side chat. If anybody does, I'll remove them. I'm now inviting you to speak one-on-one with me, either privately, which probably would produce better results, or publicly. Let me take this stupid thing off here. Or publicly, which is maybe just the beginning of a process of trying to find some area of reconciliation, the beginning of a process that is long overdue. Right? And my public email is on my About page, so I hope you want the same things that I do. But right now, there's really a much more important distinction that I want to talk about. And, okay. Yeah, I don't know who that person is. But anyway, it's important, I think, right now to discuss something even more important than when we get nitpicky with each other, or vile, or we use hate speech and things like that. There's something even more insidious, so I want to address that. During my last live stream that I did a day or two ago, I made a contrast between Elvis, the king of music, and Jesus, the King of Kings. And then I also contrasted Jesus and Trump. But today I'm going to contrast two disturbing things going on in our community. And they have to do, let me see where I'm at here. I got to find my notes. Racism and vile speech. And I'll use another term which Dana uses when she referred to me as a man of the cloth, and that was debauchery. So I think you can kind of look at all of those things and see them in a similar pattern. So let me go ahead and take a look at that. So, and I've already addressed this about man of the cloth. I'm not a man of the cloth. I'm a retired lay professional minister. I'm not held to a different standard than anybody else, and so anyway, here's a little bit of that.
Because he comes in as a man of the cloth, so to speak, in a church that I grew up in. So to sort of witness his witnessing, to witness his witnessing of just debauchery, of constantly people like, Nunya and Jeff going after people like you, and it's it saddens me. It really does. It's so false of him to be coming in, in the word of with the word of God. It's a shame. It's unfortunate. When I see people who.
So that's a little bit of information from Dana about the man of the cloth. As I say, I already addressed that. I'm not a man of the cloth. The cloth is a stole. You get it at ordination. I was not ordained, never said I was. I've always talked about me being in formation for priesthood, but I decided to get married. I completed my theology and all my training, but I took a different path, which was the right one for me. So anyway, but what about Dana's concern about debauchery? That's a word she uses. I don't hear that word too often, but we know what it means, or the example of scratching someone's eyes out. Do I let all that slide? Well, are we YouTubers responsible for debauchery of other people, or the vile, nasty words or profanities of someone else. I think that we're among adults. So the answer to that is a no-brainer. Adults are responsible for their own language and comments. But it's possible we might challenge each other. Yes, indeed, we could do that in several ways. Right on the spot, if you wanted to. But that does bring challenges and consequences. I think we have to be honest about that. If you stand and if you make a statement against a close friend, and it's all done publicly, that can have real repercussions. I've done that several times, and it doesn't always work out real well. The other way we we can do it is behind the scenes privately, which I choose to do more now than ever. Or perhaps even better than that is to be a good example. That's how we challenge bad behavior, or debauchery, or vile language, by being a good example. Okay? Sometimes that sticks more than anything else. But as hurtful as that behavior really is, there's a much bigger problem that we have to face in our community, and it's all throughout social media. We even see it in our politics. I'll bring up a little slide here if I can find it. And it is racism, and it is under the flag of bigotry, of course. Let's see. So you can see up there the moral weight of racism is much more so than profanity or debauchery. Racism is deeply immoral, where profanity on the right side is disrespectful and rude. It's not to soft pedal it, it's bad, but it doesn't compare when it comes to racism. I want to make that very clear. And then the religious view, under racism, sin is a sin against God and human equality. Now that is about as serious as you can get, an offense against God. To the right of that, profanity is really more of a minor sin. Bad habit is nothing we gloss over. It hurts people's feelings, but it isn't as deeply offensive and destructive as racism is. And then below that, the cultural view is socially and ethically condemned in our society, in our laws even. But profanity, well, it's accepted because we have freedom of speech, even bad speech, where we're not being very nice to one another. And then the last thing, the legal weight. Racism is punishable by time in jail, fines and punishment. Profanity is usually protected by free speech. I hope we know the difference. Dara D., welcome to you. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I think this is a topic that you've covered a little bit too, Dari, over there with Azure, to some degree. I might be wrong, but I think I recall that some time back. So I hope that you find this helpful. So as I say, racism is very important. I'm going to show you some images of it, if I may, and this will speak a little bit about it. Now this is debauchery and having more to do with vulgarity. And the words listed: profanity, swearing, cursing, cussing. Now, you know what? Any live stream today, if you go on, maybe this one even, we'll have a little bit of that. We'll have potty mouth going on. So I think we have to just be aware of that. But when we look at something far more serious, and I'll mention that right now, that's racism. Here's an image of slaves working in the field. I'll show you another image here. Let me bring it up here. This is one of lynching, a hanging of a person of color. Doesn't get much more serious than that. Here's one of a noose hung outside of a car door by a member of the KKK. The symbols are absolutely repulsive. Here's another one having to do with a beating and a whipping. Obviously, you can see the scarring is beyond belief, what this person went through. This is racism. Segregation, which is separate water fountains. Many of us are too young to remember that, I do have a couple of stories in my hometown in Norfolk, Nebraska, back in the 1950s when we didn't have any black people in our town, but we had two young black student athletes that were recruited for the junior college. And I remember they were unable to find a place to live, and so they were given a room in the church basement, or the gymnasium basement, basically. So all of these things. And then here's one more. This is an image, it's interesting, an avatar that was used just the other night on one of our community members' live stream. This avatar is of a white person pointing and laughing at a white woman with her black child. I don't think I have to comment about that. I think it pretty well speaks for itself. But that is the profound difference between racism and simply debauchery or a vulgarity or speaking about someone in a nasty way that in fact still is protected by free speech. Racism is not, for hopefully, as you can see, the obvious reasons I've just mentioned. Yeah, I don't know if it's the Joker or not, but it had a similar look to it, I would say. Right. So a side-by-side look might be helpful. Up here, if you look at the very top, you can read along with me. If someone is going to curse at you or call you an SOB or any awful name, cursing at you, as often happens, I'm not soft-pedaling this, but this is about manners, right behavior. Even language like that is protected by the First Amendment of free speech. Racism is a whole different ball of wax. Racism is about social morality, human rights, and justice for a whole group or class of individuals, of people. And then in the yellow it says racism has affected people in their housing and employment and where they live, right? If someone hurts your feelers because they said something that made you feel bad, well, is it affecting your housing, your employment? Are you being harassed as you go about your day? You know, are you experiencing day-to-day hate speech? Are hate crimes flowing because of that? Are there threats of violence? These are all criminal behaviors because they lead to potentially violent acts and the suppression of human beings, which is a very, very different thing than cursing at somebody. Calling someone a jackass or whatever you want to is nothing. It barely pales into significance when you compare it with racism. Profanity, as it says below, is not illegal like racism. Profanity, swearing in private or even public social media forums like we're in, is usually protected by free speech. Welcome to you, Super Serial. Sorry if I didn't say that. But profanity nonetheless can lead to a lot of consequences, like being removed. People can block you, ban you, fire right back at you. You know, you can be fined for disorderly conduct or at work discipline, but it's not considered discrimination or hate-based harm such as racism. There are two almost incomparable realities. They're both bad, but one is horrific. Now, I hope that everybody can see that. I certainly hope that they can. In this slide, it talks about, Evelyn says a child in Texas killed themselves several months ago because her classmates threatened to call ICE on her family. Yeah. Yeah, I'm beyond words. I don't know what to say. There's nothing one could say to the horror of hearing things like that. And the same thing happens with, we want to beat up on and call out a bunch of trans teenagers. Shame on you. Shame on you. Leave them the hell alone and grow up. They're not doing anything to you. They're incomparable, Janie. As it says on this slide, racism is much more serious than cursing or profanity towards someone. Racism targets an identity, your whole human identity, not just a behavior. It judges or insults someone based on their race, their ethnicity. something that they cannot change. It's who they are. It's who God made them. And that is a form of dehumanization and discrimination incomparable with debauchery. Racism also causes harm beyond words. It contributes, as it says there, to social inequity, emotional trauma, and often it does result in violence. And of course, we're still dealing with systemic injustice with racism that still is baked into our American society, and even in some ways our educational system. And then if you look at comparing with profanity, well, no, there's really no comparison. Profanity is rude, disrespectful. It doesn't necessarily attack someone's identity or human worth. It might aim at that, but not in the permanence of something you cannot change, your racial identity, your sexual identity, and so on. Swearing in anger or frustration at someone is offensive, but it does not have in any way the same level of historical or social weight and damage that can be caused. Bring up another slide here. So the social consequences under racism, it leads to, should lead to strong public condemnation, even job termination. I'm going to show you here in just a few seconds. I hope you stick around for this. This is going to be quite right now happening in the news, and people have lost their jobs because of racial slurs that went on in chat rooms. And I'll share that with you. But racism also damages trust and relationship deeply because it challenges human dignity. It's who a person is, right? It's who they are. It's your identity, the pigmentation in your skin, your sexual identity, whether you're male or female or trans or whatever you may be. Those are things that are, in my belief, God-given. But profanity is so different. It's impolite. Of course, it's unprofessional. It should be. Yeah, we shouldn't do that in our work side, especially in formal settings and social media like we're in right now. Yes, it will upset people, but it does not cause, usually, long-term damage or reflect deeply about someone's character. All right? Unless it's done extremely abusively. Right? It's more about tone and context than prejudice or hate. I don't know. To me, this makes sense. I hope everyone's kind of, at least hopefully a little bit in agreement. What does Christianity say? Take a look at this. Christianity. Racism is considered a sin against God and humanity, an offense against God. Since all people are made in the image of God, the Imago Dei, Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, and the New Testament, Jesus is constantly telling stories. St. Paul here in the letter to James and the Galatians condemns favoritism or prejudice. But what about profanity? Right? What about debauchery? Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths. That's St. Paul to the people in Ephesus. But while profanity is a moral failing, racism is far graver because it denies God's creation and love for all his people. It doesn't try to remove a whole group of people from society in so many ugly, horrific ways. The two is almost incomparable. Okay. I think it shows what you've looked at, a contrast far more destructive, is the nature of racism, which, as it says, is an insult to our Creator. It breaks our nation's laws, America's laws. Whereas profanity and debauchery, though they're not at all proper behavior, they're still protected by free speech. And that's about good manners and behavior. I will condemn that as well. People ought to leave people the hell alone. And if you're going to say something nice. Our mothers knew what to tell us. But when Dana challenges me to address debauchery and profanity, well, here's what's going on over in your neck of the woods, and I do that in my own way, privately. I challenge it, and by my own example. But the far more grave issue is racism in your own backyard, Dana, and forms of bigotry where you chat and the company you keep clearly stands out as moral decay and human sickness at a level that isn't even comparable to anything else. And we even see it in contemporary politics. I'm going to play it for you right now, as well as our local online community. So Take a listen to this.
Politico has uncovered some very disturbing text exchanges from young Republicans. None of this is surprising to me. I love Hitler. Leaked messages exposed young Republicans' racist chant. Pumps.
Here's the thing. I'm not surprised at all by this. And when you hear these Republicans on Fox News or in the right-wing manosphere talk about DEI, it is not about putting people in positions. It is about racism.
But let's put up the next screen grab. Here we have everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Great. I love Hitler. It was raped. He also hates the Jews. They love the watermelon people. And it goes on and on and on. The N-word. All right, here's an excerpt from the article. William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, used the words N-I-G-G-A and N-I-G-G-U-H, variations of a racial slur, more than a dozen times in the chat. Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans, at the same time referred to rape as epic. Peter Guinta, who at the time was chair of the same organization, wrote in a message sent in June that everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. And then moving along, here's just a casual day being a young Republican in a group chat. Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber, and everyone that endorsed but then votes for us is going to the gas chamber. When do we start the bullying, dude? We have a solid 3 people who can have them want to jump. If they vote for us, why would they be gassed? When do we bring that side out? It continues. I'm going to create some of the greatest physiological torture methods known to man. We only want true believers. Can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. I'm ready to watch people burn now. We got to pretend that we like them. Hey, come on in, take a nice shower and relax. Boom, they're dead. You guys, this is the Republican Party. This is when you hear polite Republicans say, yeah, Trump's kind of tacky. I don't like his post, but he says what everybody's thinking. This is what they're talking about. And so to the Jewish Americans that think that you're finding refuge in the MAGA movement, they are just filling a vacuum that Democrats have left open by not advocating for everybody. This is rabid anti-Semitism, rabid homophobia, rabid racism. And as 2 women that lived in a red state, raised in white culture, this surprises me zero. My sons have gone over to friends' houses whose kids went to a private Haight Academy Christian school. The N-word is used among these boys with reckless abandon. Big props to Governor Kathy Hochul of New York.
Politico reported on a group chat about young Republicans. I'm wondering your thoughts on that, and does this reflect, is it just some bad apples in this chat, or do you think that there's a toxicity around the entire party?
Some bad apples. These are the future of the Republican Party. This was so vile. It is hard to find the words to put into context that these are people who are part of a political party, one of 2 major political parties, and they believe in gas chambers and rape and discrimination based on the color of people's skins. These are racist, sexist, disgusting remarks. And you ought to just do a little re-examination of how far this has gone, where this is normalized enough that thousands of texts are uncovered. This is not one person saying they love Hitler. This is a whole lot of people saying things that are so disgusting and so abhorrent that everybody from the president on down should condemn them. And there's got to be consequences. Kick them out of the party. Take away their official roles. Stop using them as campaign advisors. There needs to be consequences. This bullshit has to stop. Thank you.
And actually, there have been consequences. Since this has hit the news through Politico and other places. And I'm going to show you next a video. It's a bit briefer from a young person who's a peer of the others that made these remarks.
Dynamic that we need. The crazy thing is, Micah Irfan, our lead policy advisor, points out this is what the racists in your replies look like. When you have racist people going after you online claiming they're the master race, it's this guy. Or it's this guy. I'm not here to make fun of anyone's looks, genuinely. That's not something that I do or something that I believe in. But when you're claiming that you are the superior race, you deserve to be knocked down a peg because you are not the superior race. What about this guy? This guy right here. Or this guy. This guy was apparently talking about gas chambers in group chats. Just in case you guys haven't seen my last video, just run through some of this. Leaders of young Republicans groups throughout the country worried whatever might happen if their Telegram chat got leaked, but they kept typing away. They referred to black people as, quote, monkeys and the watermelon people, and then mused about putting their political opponents in gas chambers. They talked about raping their enemies and driving them to suicide, and lauded Republicans who they believed support slavery. William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, used slurs like the N-word, other variations of the racial slur more than a dozen times in the chat. They talked about rape like it was epic. This is the future of the Republican Party. Somehow the young Republicans are acting more racist than the old Republicans, and somehow J.D. Vance doesn't have the spine to come out and condemn this. Honestly, J.D. Vance's statement, and I know this is going to sound naive, J.D. Vance's statement blew my mind. I thought that J.D. Vance was going to be quiet about it. I thought that if he did say something, he would maybe invoke Democrats, but say, hey, both sides do this. But no. J.D. Vance played defense for people talking about gas chambers. People talking about Indian women in such a way that would make J.D. Vance's wife cry if someone told her that in person. This is insane stuff, and the fact that J.D. Vance is running defense for it needs to be called out. I am done. I am done taking prisoners in these debates, and I mean that metaphorically, not literally. I'm not calling for violence. I am done being soft in any of these debates. I want to go hard and call out this political incitement coming from the right in a top-down way and dripping down to the young Republicans.
So let me get myself out of the way here. Here's a few more of the things that were said. I'll just go through them real quickly. And then if anyone wants to come back later and review this live stream, they could take a closer look at them and read through them. But they're all very disturbing. They should be for people who have their moral ascendancy is in the right place. I think there's one more here. And these aren't kids. These are young adults, and they are the future of the Republican Party. And I think that would be a concern to all of us, to simply gloss over and pretend that it's not
dynamic that we need. The crazy.
Whoops, there we go. It's not important. It's very important that we raise our children right. It just you have to wonder where this originates from. They say that the worst diseases you can catch in the world is not COVID, not AIDS, not Ebola, not cancer. The worst disease you can catch in the world is racism. Because it insidiously, the disease of racism is caught. And how is it taught? And where is the source of it? And are we going to become its victim? And then are we going to victimize other people in a way that cripples our relationships, destroys lives, and really destroys our country? We had one civil war over it already. So I'm pretty well done with what I wanted to say. I just wanted to point out that racism is a far more serious issue than cursing or profanity or debauchery or anything like that. Racism targets someone's identity, right, and not behavior. It causes harm beyond any words you can throw out. Profanity doesn't do that. Profanity is bad enough, but it attacks someone's identity in a temporary way. It's always an exaggeration meant to hurt an opponent, but it isn't something that is a reflection on targeting someone for who they actually are, by their race, the pigmentation in their skin, their human sexuality, their DNA. Those are things that are beyond behavior. That's attacking the person ad hominem, which is a a creation of God, and that's why it's an offense to God. Cursing is about manners, and racism is about human rights and justice and morality, right? So, anyway, if anyone says, why isn't Stellar standing up for, standing against cursing and debauchery? Well, I do that privately, and I do that in my own way, thank you. But why is racism being permitted to coexist? And why are you cozying up to it over there, Dana? Yes, you. And, you know, I love to see you do the right thing, turn the corner. You say you've challenged Richard from probably for several years. If you cannot make headway, then don't fall into an association that makes you look racist as well. I'm not calling you a racist, but others might assume that. You know, we're often judged by the company we keep. And yes, it does rub off. I hope that you'll make the right decision. Ultimately, if you can't turn someone's, it's not going to be easy to do, turn someone's life around when they're a dyed-in-the-wool racist. If that is the case, if it is, then your work is cut out for you. But if you can't make it happen, then you have a final option available to you. Leave. Separate yourself from a racist individual. That's my final word. That's my thoughts. Anybody want to come up on panel? I'm not sure. Let me see if I have anybody in the back here. Dolly, are you there? Dolly might be joining us, possibly. If anybody would like a link, would you please just let me know? I'll be happy to drop you one. I think this is one of, if not the most important topics that we can cover on social media. I think that I can't imagine anything more solemn and significant for us to discuss than this. And yes, it is challenging, but we have to challenge it. If anybody wants a link, just say yes, send me a link, and I'll be happy to put one out there for you. I do have one other video. It's a one man's personal experience of racism. He's actually telling his story to someone who wanted to keep it for posterity, and it's a wonderful story. He lived in the 1950s, late 40s, early 50s, and when racism was much more damning and destructible and impactful upon an entire race of people. And I can share that if you are interested in that. Yeah, Adam is a wonderful guy. He really is. Memphis Mommy Mars, welcome to you. Glad you're here. So I'll just say it one more time. If anybody wants a link, please jump in. Dolly, are you there? Dolly?
Stellar,
Yes?
can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Are you kidding? You know what? I went in the new way and it won't let me go to YouTube.
Oh.
It's got me stuck here, so I still can't see chat.
Well, we'll work on that. I think we can probably figure out a way. I'm so glad you're here. That's great.
Me too.
Yeah. I kind of did my little, what I hope to present. I know it's challenging. I'm being challenged as well. So I think that, we all need to hear some challenge from time to time. We have to be up for that. It's not a bad thing, right? There's the old expression, comfort the afflicted, but afflict the comfortable. And if we are a bit too comfortable with our situation, yeah, it's not a bad thing to be challenged. So anyway, I went through a contrast between racism and vulgarity, basically, or debauchery, and wanted to try to just point out how different they are and how one pales into insignificance compared to the other, which racism is far more serious. So I did that. I hope that it will be of some benefit in our discussions in our community. How's your day been?
Not bad at all. Oh, I
Good.
got the puppy again today.
Oh, I heard about that. I was so happy to hear that. That's wonderful.
She is adorable.
That's great. What color is she? And what type of dog?
Dang it. She's mostly black, but she's got a little bit of white. But her mama is a standard poodle.
Oh,
Is that the big one?
yeah, the big one.
And the daddy is a standard poodle mixed with something, and I always forget that name. But anyway, there's a name for it, something oodle.
Yeah.
So she's
Labradoodle?
gonna be a big girl.
Would it be Labradoodle?
No,
No?
no, it's a M word, like
Oh,
ma,
okay.
or something. I mean,
Great. Well,
I've
it's
been
just,
told like 5 times, and I can't ever remember.
isn't it lovely having a little four-legged pet with you for company from time to time? Isn't that great?
I would do anything if we had a backyard here or a back door. Where I could let a little doggy out.
Right.
My life would be perfect.
Hey, Memphis Mommy Mars wants me to ask you, is it Maltese?
Is that a
Maltese.
big dog?
I think Maltese are smaller.
Oh,
I think.
this is a big
Big
Him's
breed?
a big boy, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, my
Well, we'll
son-in-law
figure it.
just told me.
Yeah?
My son-in-law just told me yesterday. I forgot already, but
We'll figure it out for sure. Hey, hello, Black Eagle. Welcome to you. I'm glad you're here. Good to see
oh,
everybody.
remember I can't see chat, so tell me everything that's going on. Hey, Black
Well,
Eagle.
Yeah, Memphis Mommy Mars is saying, Stellar, you never look better. And I said, oh no, come on. I don't need that.
Poor Mommy Mars, honey. Lay down and you'll feel better. You just ate too much sugar.
Too much sugar. You don't know what you're saying if you're looking at Stellar and making those comments. Black Eagle is saying, actually, literally, she's saying, great topic, y'all. And I think it is the topic of what's happening right now in social media, particularly where we are, our little community, and it's happening in the news in many places. So I think it's appropriate to address it.
I thought we were on. I didn't know we were on a topic. You asked me how my day was. You asked me about the dog, and then you tell me, "Oh, let's stay on topic."
Oh no, we've been talking about racism and vulgarity or debauchery, contrasting
Yeah,
the two.
I know that. I haven't just turned you on at this very second. I may have been listening.
Okay, good. Well, you probably agree it's one of the most important topics and actually going on right now, the source of a lot of controversy, and we have to meet it head on, I would say. Probably most people would agree. If anybody wants a link out there, I'm just reminding you, let me know and I'll drop a link. Black Eagle, she's saying she loves what you're saying. Black Eagle says that to you.
Of course she does. She adores me, unlike other people that I may know.
Are you able to see the side chat now, or no?
No, but Black Eagle will still love me more than you'll tolerate me. You're the one who told me, let's stay on topic.
No, I don't remember
Black
saying
Eagle
that.
didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I don't recall that, but we can talk about anything you want to talk about. I run a happy ship with a joyful cast of characters.
Black Eagle or Janie, y'all want to come up, or anybody else? Anybody?
You know, we will grovel if it's necessary. We will, right, Dolly? We will grovel.
I'm up to grab. Oh, I'm good at groveling.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Who do you want to start with?
You know, I got to read you what Black Eagle said. I do adore you both, especially Dolly.
Aww.
I know. Oh, my heart, my heart. Something just pierced my heart. Oh, Mastiff. Is it a Mastiff? Janie is
Is that
asking.
a big dog? I think that.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
know.
Mastiff is huge. A bull Mastiff, yeah. They're just slightly smaller than a buffalo. I'm kidding.
Well, her little paws, yeah, she's only 12 weeks. And, yeah, she's the size of a VW bug, at least. She's a good sized girl.
Or how about Malinois? They're a little bit like a German Shepherd, Malinois. I believe that's the breed. Mastiff or Malinois.
Whatever it is, I know that when you put it with poodle, it has, it is a real word. Or at least my son-in-law said it was a real word.
Right.
Like a labradoodle, but, not lab.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Mama's, I know, and you'll have to put it on your community page so everybody can see it, because it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
like a chihuahua or something stupid. But
A Mowawa.
nothing big at all. Maybe she's part mouse, I don't know.
Import
But
mouse.
she is big. She is sweet. Except
Right.
her hair is really long and soft and not kinky like a poodle's.
Oh, really? Oh.
But she's only 12 weeks.
That sounds more like a Malinois. A Belgian Malinois. Maybe.
She's beautiful and so sweet and just...
Well, I'm glad you have her. That's wonderful. Memphis Mommy Mars says, I can't come up. I'm getting ready to go out and listening to this in the background. Well, good. Enjoy. Be safe out there. And pick me up a couple of Snickers bars.
Did you get that apple pie?
Yes, it arrived today. Thank you.
Was it a little bit too much cinnamon?
No, I'm really big on lots of cinnamon, so that was actually perfect. The more the merrier. Yeah.
That's my theory too.
Yeah. Black Eagle says, I have something to say about this topic, but I'll try to listen as it's the advice I bestow on others, especially about this topic. Yeah. Well, and some things really require repeating. We until it sticks, right? We have to repeat ourselves. Janie says, the what?
She has an opinion about my granddog.
Your granddog. Yeah.
Thank you for laughing. I didn't know if you'd get it.
Yeah. Janie says she'll be hypoallergenic and won't shed much, if any. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what was the kind of dog, the breed that Obama had? The Obamas, they had a hypoallergenic breed.
Well, isn't any oodle hypoallergenic? I think.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I think they might be.
Well, one of the boys and one of my son-in-laws. I only have one son-in-law. One of the boys and my son-in-law have really bad asthma, so I imagine this dog doesn't. She wouldn't allow stray hair in her house anyway. She wouldn't allow it. Like there's signs all over the place. No loose hair. No dirt. No dust.
Well, then she might not want my little dog over for company. She leaves part of herself there when she visits. She does shed.
I still want that cat. I still do.
You do want the cat. Yeah, I don't blame you. I think you should look at maybe getting that if you can. Super Serial said, let's see, Black Eagle was kind of repeating what I like dogs more than people. Super Serial said, same here, Black Eagle. Yeah, there's an old saying, I think it's something like, the more people I meet, the more I like my dog. That's a truism, isn't it? It really does. It makes sense.
It really is. I mean, there's been a couple of dogs that have scared me, so you walk on the other side of the street, hopefully. But for the most part,
Oh,
You
someone's
know-
opening a Diet Coke.
I
I could hear that.
didn't
Not a
even
diet.
think of that.
Well, not a Diet Pepsi, but a Diet Coke, right?
Diet Coke.
That's
Say
right.
Diet Pepsi. Ooh, 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 ooh.
What else do you have in common with President Trump other than Diet Pepsi or Coke?
I have a ballroom made out of gold.
Oh, the ballroom made out of gold. Yeah. That's funny.
Well, my wedding ring had gold in it. I don't think
That's-
very
yeah.
much, but it did.
Well, it's about the gold in our hearts that really count, right?
Well, I had to pawn that gold years ago. But,
I love it. I love it. That's good.
Oh, no, that wasn't me.
Janie said Diet Cherry 7-Up is her favorite.
I don't know when this happened, but sometime in my lifetime, I went to Diet Coke, and I can't drink anything else unless it's like sweet tea.
Oh, well,
Then it
yeah.
has to
yeah.
have my special sugar.
Oh, what type of sugar?
It's called fruit something. It's the best sugarless sugar I've ever had, but it's real expensive.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So you don't get to use it very often, but
It-
in my
is it-
tea,
It's what works for you. What about, is there a sugar in the raw? Is that a, not just a friend of mine, but is that a actual type of sugar?
I think so.
I think it is. I forget. It's like a little brown bag thing.
Oh,
I can't remember.
well, this stuff is really good, and I mean, maybe my taste has changed over the last few years, but I don't ever taste that nasty, aftertaste you have with some
Right.
sugars.
That is true.
And, yeah, it's really good, but maybe my taste buds just don't taste it anymore. But no, I like it.
Good. Hey, Malarkey's here. Malarkey. Yes. In the land of royalty, we have Malarkey, and it's so good to see you. So good to see you.
Hey, Malarkey. Oh, I saw Evelyn earlier in chat, and then I saw Sweet Wheat,
Right?
and then I don't remember anybody else. But I saw a couple of people, and then I had to switch.
Right.
Oh! I don't know.
What?
I might tell Angela this every single time, and I hope I don't. But Angela, I've made that.
Oh, her recipe, the latest?
Well, the Heath candy bar cake.
Right.
I've made that twice now, and both times people have wanted me to make it again. It is that good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is
See,
she
you
still
are a
here?
good cook. Yeah.
No, I'm really not.
Well, wait a minute. Did Angela Critters, did she leave? Somebody had to leave. I think it might have been Angela. No, she's here.
Okay, Angela, you know what I did? Woo! Okay. In certain circles, I am considered the brownie savant.
Oh,
Yes. It comes from my grandchildren. That's who considers me a brownie savant.
sure.
But they're very loud. So they're that's not a lot of people, but they're loud about it. I made that. Okay, I took the Heath crumbled up things. I put the brownies in a pan, but not very much, like maybe half. And then I put a layer of caramel and a layer of. Can you mute me for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Honey,
Okay.
honey.
You're muted
Yeah,
now. You're muted. I had to mute Dolly. It was too much. It was too much sugar, too much sweetness, too much deliciosity. Yeah, Angela has a lot of wonderful recipes. You know, I didn't know Angela well, and then Dolly kind of introduced me to Angela, but she was being silly. She said, hey, there's this person that is great in the kitchen you should talk to. Her name is Android Critters. And I go, Android Critters, that's an unusual name, but I like it. And so I was calling her Android for a long time, and then she was like giggling about it all the time. And I go, Android Critters is here, Dolly, and she's laughing, and I'm going, what was funny about that? She said, oh, I got to tell you, I was kidding. It's Angela Critters, not Android. And anyway, that went on for a long time. Welcome, Tennessee Truth. Good to see you. And Malarkey's here. Yay. Dolly Green. Oh, you want to be unmuted? Well, I'll see if I can figure that out. That might take me a little while. You're unmuted.
Smartass, I heard a little bit that the phone was ringing. I had to get it.
I
Anyway,
know. Was it Bill?
Yeah.
Collector? Bill?
It was
Yeah,
your brother Ned.
Ned. Oh, Ned. Better Ned than dead, right? Or Red.
No,
Or Red, his other brother.
don't let me forget. Don't make me forget what I'm talking about. I was talking about Black Eagle.
Yes.
And what did I say? It was very profound. Oh. Okay, so Angela, I put the brownie mix at the bottom, a little bit, half. And then I put caramel sauce and Heath bars down. And then I put the rest of the brownie thing mix in. And then I put the Heath bar, the caramel sauce, the little baby chocolate chips, and Cool Whip. My grandsons will never ever come down from the ceiling, but OMG, it is so good. Everybody do it. What are you
I'm
looking
putting-
at?
I'm putting the recipe up here right now. So we need the brownie mix, and we must need a cup of water, right? Because I know you always insist on extra water.
I'm going to say a cup and a half.
Cup and a half.
Yeah, in case you have to double it.
Right. So a cup and a half to 3 cups, somewhere in there. And what else? An egg? We usually
4 eggs.
4 eggs. Holy cheese whiz! And then how much oil? How much
I'm
virgin?
going- Okay, it is extra virgin.
Extra virgin. Do you know that it's hard to
I can
find?
make it more virgin than just being a virgin. I don't.
I don't either. I don't know. How do you
I don't
find
know,
a
but I
virgin?
don't-
How do you find a virgin anyway? Is that even possible today?
Well, I think, but it's in certain circles.
Certain circles. Oh, okay, we'll leave it at that. Right. What else goes into that
Now,
recipe?
1 large onion.
One large. I did not expect that. Okay, one
Well,
large.
it was, I told you I am like the brownie spot.
Oh God, you like them hot. Okay, that would do it. One large onion. How about pepper?
Okay.
Any-
Pepper is good, but I would prefer jalapenos.
Oh, jalapeno. Oh, yes, because they're so much more spicy. Yeah. You know
red
what?
one. Yeah.
I wonder if Angela Critters is falling out of her chair right now. Because I think she might be, or close to.
I hope that we don't give her a stroke.
Oh,
But
you know what Angela said, Dolly? She said, and 1 bottle of dark rum goes in it, Stella. 1 bottle of dark rum.
now,
Rum man.
okay, I agree. I'm not arguing, but may I suggest that rum come from an authentic pirate ship? Because Johnny Depp wouldn't be wrong.
Really?
That's all I can say.
I won't tell you what Super Cereal said because that would be That would be a
Is he
sin.
kind of funny?
No. He's being real positive. He's being good.
Cool.
Yeah,
Then I shall say him some.
it had to do. His compliment had to do with like he could see in you a Hollywood actor. So yeah, I know.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Like maybe like what's that man? Candy, John Candy.
Oh, John Candy, one of my
I kinda
all-time.
look like him a lot. I
Love
look
John
like
Candy.
I look like him and Joan Crawford combined.
Combined. You know what Angela said?
What?
You know what Angela said? Janie, I thought you wrote that you had never had sex. You see how this has already devolved from fighting for justice and the American way, like Superman, to sex and debauchery. We're already almost there.
And brownies, you forgot the
And
brownies.
brownies, spicy. That's what did it. Once you take one of these brownies, you're going to completely turned on.
You probably will.
It's going to be like, you don't need to buy that purple pill. Is it purple? What color is that? I wouldn't
I
use
think
them.
it's
because I don't-
blue.
Is it blue? Yeah, I don't need them. Why would I need them, right? When we're done out here, remind me to ask Google what sex is. It's been so long.
I've been holding my breath. Now, Angela doesn't have any issues with the amount of water, right? She didn't say anything about that, did she?
No, she said if there's extra water, use it to drink, put it in a glass and drink it as you make the recipe. She thought that was a better idea, yeah.
Oh.
Janie says
I guess,
gluttony. Janie says gluttony, sex, puppies, and all kinds of debauchery. That's what we've been talking about, and she's right. Oh, right one.
You know what?
What?
I agree.
I know. Black Eagle says we're.
Brownies and maybe like hamburgers on the grill.
Yeah, Black Eagle says our mind's in the gutter. Black Eagle, don't confuse the issues here with facts, okay? Please leave the facts out of the discussion.
Right. I don't.
Two skulls and one swing. Welcome to you. Good to see you, by the way. Good to see you.
I was going to say, I don't want to deal with any kind of negativity like telling the truth on Friday. It's not Friday, but why wait to the last minute to start, right? So don't do it today either.
Yeah, postpone all that nasty negativity until the time when it really can mean the most.
Negativity of the truth.
When it'll really get to them, postpone until that. No. A truce is what we're looking for, isn't that the truth? It really is. We're looking for a cessation of fighting. We want to see not a white flag, but a flag of a green flag of hope, of new life. That's what we want. You think they bought that, Dolly?
Well, I'll take a survey later and find out, and I'll let you know.
They can survey if they bought that. Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, we try. We try. You can fool some of the people some of the time and fool most of the people none of the time. What was that President Bush said, our Texas president? But at the end of it, he was like quoting a song, a rock song. But I won't be fooled again, or something like that. It's funny as hell. But hey.
I never understand a single word you say, but I'll help you drink your wine.
I hope you drink your wine, yeah. Yeah. That reminds me.
Neither one of us drink, but still.
That's another song about drinking wine. I'm trying to remember what song that was.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
That might be the song.
Yeah, it
You-
was.
You have hit upon it. Oh, hit upon. Oh, I don't say hippopotamus, but hit upon it, person. You did.
That's
Good
why
on-
you keep me around. That's why I get the good book.
That's why you get the big bucks. You get the salary. You tolerate me because you haven't socked away enough. But once you do, you'll toss me to the wind. I know that. Angela Critters, drinks for all, drinks for everybody. That's what Elvis Presley said. You know, Jesus turned water into wine, and then Elvis Presley said, "Drinks on me." Jailhouse Rock, 1964, I think, something like that. Drinks on me.
You know, I dated Elvis.
You did date Elvis, I know.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
How was Mr. Costello? Did you enjoy his company?
I
Elvis?
did. I wasn't even paying attention. Now
I know,
am.
you just got that, didn't you? Yeah, oh, Angela, it did arrive. She sent it by carrier pigeon. And those suckers can flap their wings, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, I got it this morning. They had a few feathers in it, but you can pick the feathers out of the apple pie. That's almost as good as new. The bird apparently was sitting on it for much of the flight, but hey, I was grateful to have it.
asked you to put it. I asked you to just zap it for a second.
Well, yeah,
Not
but the
the
bird,
bird.
the bird was still on the package, so I set it free. No, I didn't zap it with the bird. Yeah, when the
No,
bird,
don't zap. No, put the pie in the microwave.
yeah, no, I did. Eventually, I did do that, but I had to separate the bird from the apple pie, and the bird was as it was flying. Yeah, as the bird was flying off, there were pieces of apple crumble falling from its little feet.
I paid extra so there would be a connecting flight.
What?
I paid extra for one bird to take the entire flight. I think that probably
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
when they switched carriers.
You know, they may have switched a few times because it was half of the pie when it arrives. So I figured, well, you know, it needed to fuel itself, refueling in flight type of thing.
Ah,
Yeah, that's probably what happened. And then, you know, hey, you know what a slice of pie will cost you today? About 100 times more than a slice of pie 10 years ago. That's what it will cost you. But I was grateful to have it. You know, how long do you think we can continue this discussion about that pie brought to me by carrier pigeon before these people start nodding off?
well, I would talk about sex, but you get all upset every time I do, so.
I don't remember what it is. You know, I keep saying to you, what are you talking about? What is that?
You don't want me to go there, boo-boo.
Oh, no, probably not. Yeah, let's talk about holiness. A topic I
what?
know very little about, apparently. I know very little about it. What?
I've
Phil,
lost
welcome.
something.
Phil, it's good to see you. What'd
Ah.
you lose? What'd you lose?
I've fallen and I can't get up necklace. What if I fall? Who's going
I-
to come get me up?
You might have to fall to pick it up. And then as you've fallen, you grab the necklace and say, well, I hadn't fallen, but I had to get my necklace, and now I'm stuck, and so that's why I'm calling.
Ooh,
These
wait a
things
minute, hold
happen.
on. It might be a false.
Is it a false
It might be.
positive?
Oh, you're doing that just so I don't talk about sex.
No.
Okay, let's talk about. Oh,
Evelyn,
no, let's-
Evelyn just said she doesn't remember what sex is either. Evelyn, she said that.
I got a video y'all can watch and you'll remember.
I've heard there's a lot of availability for this topic online that you just simply, you can access it. Apparently, a lot of members of the administration use it. That's what I've been told. It might be a rumor. It might be a rumor. It could be wrong.
Joseph.
No, I didn't know what Grindr was until recently. I had no idea what it was. I thought it was like a monkey thing with an organ grinder, like that sort of thing. But no, it's actually totally different than that. Yeah.
I think
You-
Chris Watts was accused of using it, and that's when I heard about it. But
Oh, really?
I still didn't understand what it was for, a number of years.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what it was until like a number of days ago. Hey, do you know what Malarkey just said? Malarkey said, Yeah, I got stuck in a lift. You see, when you're in a foreign country, they call it a lift. We call it elevator. I got stuck in a lift in Yugoslavia with Freddie Mercury. Oh my God, Freddie Mercury, and two others from Queen, and you're from the land of Queens. And when I was very young, just them and myself, I can't remember them saying anything. Well, of course not. They were in stunned. They were in stunned admiration of you, Malarkey. Doggone it. That's seriously, that is amazing. Unless you're pulling our legs, but I don't think you are. I think you're being. I mean, who would have thought of Yugoslavia? That would be the place where you would meet. It's not even called Yugoslavia anymore, right? He said to
The
himself.
Soviet Czechoslovakia isn't.
Oh, Yugoslavia is still a thing?
I think. I know
Shall I ask?
Czechoslovakia is either Czech or. Do not ask Google.
Slovakia. All right, well, let me do what you suggested. Alexa, is Yugoslavia still a country?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Yugoslavia is no longer a country. The area where it existed is now dabbled into the countries of Serbia, Montenegro, and Kosovo.
Oh, well, I guess I was right. Oh, well, I don't want to make a thing of it.
What about Czechoslovakia?
I'm terrible. Alexa, she calls me Chuckles the Clown. Alexa, is Czechoslovakia a nation?
From Quora.com, Czechoslovakia ceased to exist in 1993.
There you go. You are right, oh right one.
Well. Okay.
You know what Malarkey said?
What?
My mother slapped me across the face as we got out, and they didn't seem impressed but said nothing. Malarkey, I don't have any idea why that there would be corporal punishment involved in a ride up a lift, but that's more for you to tell us later on. I think we would all like to know why that happened. Oh, she was waiting outside the lift. She was probably thinking it was delayed. Maybe you were, oh no, I wouldn't even go there. So there you go. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Not
Janie
too long
said,
ago.
Janie said, I met Alice from the Brady Bunch. Take that.
Okay, well, I could beat both of you.
What?
I kind of, sort of, unofficially met Loretta,
Len? Len?
singer.
Young? Who?
Is that the singer?
Loretta
Yeah.
Lynn. Loretta Lynn.
Lynn.
Country, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you how I kind of, sort of, I actually met her, but, okay. Picture this.
We're picturing it.
Middle of winter. I have to drive 50 miles. I have to
Angela.
drive 25 miles one way, pick up the hubster, then drive 50 miles back the way I came from to go to another town because Loretta Lynn was in concert. Well, I didn't want to do it. It was cold. It was nasty. There was snow all over the... It was just... I didn't want to do it. I did it because my husband was desperately in love with the woman. So...
Oh.
I know. Well, we get to it's in a college town, and it was, the gym was over the ice rink, so I just put a fake floor down or something, and our seats were on the ground. Well, they were really great seats, but I still didn't want to do it. I wanted to go home. I was cold. I was tired. I worked all day. So afterwards, there was a meet and greet, and I mean, she was the most personable an entertainer ever, and she would talk about her family, and she would talk about people in the audience. She was sweet as sugar.
Oh.
Well, so at the end there was a meet and greet, and her and the whole band came down onto the ground. Well, my husband went up there to do the meet and greet, and I said, I'm just going to sit here. I'm tired. I don't want to be here. I don't care. So he gets up there, he points, and then he points at me. I kind of wave, hey, how are you? Uh-huh. So a man comes to my chair and says, my mom wants to talk to you. My husband the idiot of all idiots, said, "Oh yeah, my wife doesn't really want to meet you." Instead of saying, "My wife's tired, she's cold, she's drove 5,000 miles today. Oh yeah, my wife doesn't want to meet you." So she sent her son to this chair. I went up there, but I didn't know that's what my husband said. And I said hi, and she goes, "I heard you didn't want to meet me." Now that's a terrible accent. And I go, "No, that's not true." And she goes, "Oh yeah, your husband he told us everything. He became a monk that night."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, at least that's the vows he took for the rest of his life. But she was the sweetest thing. But then once I talked to her, oh my goodness, it was just the best thing on earth. I was, oh yeah, oh yeah, you're wonderful. Oh, you're beautiful. Then it was wonderful, but I really didn't want to go up there.
You know,
That's how I
you are an excellent storyteller.
You were bored to death.
No, I just wanted to add to what you did say, because Angela said that she met Tom Cruise in a children's hospital. He was young, and at that time he was still a nice person. And Black Eagle, listen to all this. Black Eagle had a drink with Dan Aykroyd and Muddy Waters in a seedy little dive bar in Boston. Walked back to his set with them, and while my Greyhound bus was, I thought it was an animal, but it's a bus, was being repaired. Let me see if anybody else here. Malarkey is still waxing eloquently about her mom in the lift. And Janie met Poison. You know Poison, the rock group? In a leather shop at a mall. Nothing interesting happened, just got autographs. I'm surprised you got autographs. That's pretty darn good. And let's see, Whoopi Goldberg, Angela Critters, Whoopi Goldberg, while filming Color Purple, came into my antique shop. See, look at this. I never knew you had an antique shop. And she bought a full-length velvet Victorian cape. You know, Dolly, I have to ask you, are you buying all this? Do you really think that they're just putting us on? Or is it...
No, I believe every bit of this.
Really?
But I also slept with every single guy in Hollywood in the 80s.
Yeah. Did I tell you? Did I tell you about the time when I met Pope John Paul II?
No, honey.
Yes.
Tell me all about it.
Well, look, I was summoned to the Vatican. All right. Not by carrier pigeon, by airplane, and I arrived, and of course they put the red carpet out for me. Well, it was just a bit off red. It was similar to red, kind of auburn color or something. But anyway, so I walked down that. He met me at the other end, and I started to get down on my knee to kiss his ring, and he got down on his knee like to kiss my ring, and I go, "No, wait a minute, let's both just forget it. We don't need this." And we kind of laughed, embraced, and went back inside, and we had a pizza. And that was, and he wanted some advice that I had to offer about social media, and then that was the end of it. And I never heard from him again, which made me wonder. But hey,
what was on the pizza?
What was on the pizza? I think Italian olives for sure. That's a gimme. Tomatoes. Maybe Italian dressing.
So was it during Lent? I mean, I don't hear
during
meat.
Lent. No, we didn't get to the meat yet. But yeah, there was. I think they call it pepperoni over there. Yeah, we had that, and it was very good. And wine to drink. What?
Did he smell good? He looks like he smells good.
Well, I didn't sniff him. I was meaning to, but I forgot completely. But Pope John Paul II was Pope way back, but he was in my lifetime at least. He was from Poland, so that's pretty much answers that. This past the smell test.
Obviously.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah, Polish sausages. Yeah, we had that on there. Yeah, it was good. I'm grateful.
Would it kill you to put out like a little side salad or something?
Oh yeah, they had this, all of that. Yes, they did.
Okay.
A little chocolate souffle for dessert and all of that. And he was saying, "Oh no, this is enough." And I said, "No, it's not." I said, "I want another one." I pulled the Donald Trump thing. I said, "I want the biggest one." So that was all going on. Carrier pigeon. Yes, Conklin, welcome to you. Good to see you. Carry a coconut, yeah. Well, no, it was a whole fleet of carrier pigeons. It wasn't just one.
Oh, no, we wouldn't just send one. I mean, what if
No, one couldn't
God
carry me. No.
they were male? They wouldn't
Well,
ask
there
for
were-
direct.
There was a
they're all
couple of,
bought.
right, there was a couple of dozen carrier pigeons, to be perfectly frank. Even though my name is Joe, but to be perfectly frank, 24 maybe, 48 possibly. That's roughly. Yeah, I mean, and they took turns. You know how they go. One goes to the front and leads the way, and yeah, it was a great time was had by all.
I sprung for the big guns. you
Welcome,
know.
RC. Yeah, so look, we all have our tale to tell, don't we? We all have some monstrosity of a fake story. No, there are some stories I could tell about. I've met a cardinal once, and I met a number of archbishops, and I drove Archbishop Hunthausen to the airport in my Volkswagen bus. In fact, I sold him my bus because his brother in Montana was he repaired Volkswagens. Hey, they're German, Hunthausen, come on. And so, yeah, he bought it to me before I went over to Belgium. But it was, oh, yes, the stories. The books that should be written but never will be. Hello? Hello? No comment? Thank you.
I agree with everything you just said. It was
Really?
I was thinking about it. I was trying to. I might need a moment to myself.
Yes, you need a...
Because you want to spend the night with me and talk and watch Bridges of Madison County.
Yeah, every guy, that is every guy's fantasy, is to watch Bridges of Madison County. That is absolutely the dream, the wish of every man on earth, to watch the bridges. No, actually, why I'm on early is very simple. There's a team, let me think of the name of it. I can't think of the name of the team. Oh, yes, the Seattle Mariners. They're playing the Toronto Blue Jays. And we're going to peck their eyes out today. No, not really, but we're going to hopefully win. We're ahead 2-1 in the best of 7 series. The winner goes to the World Series. And so there's a lot on the line. And I'll be watching that game today. It starts my time. I think it's 5:07 or something. It's some weird time to start.
Oh, you have it tattooed on your rear end. You know what time it is.
Yeah, I know. No, we won't. Let's not go near my rear end, okay? That's
You're still a little sore from that last tattoo.
no, that's an off-limit topic. But RC Art says, I'm still waiting for Janie to provide pictures of sunflowers that grew taller than her. Oh my God, really? That's absolutely amazing.
Oh, they get tall.
Black Eagle says, I would love to have met Mother Teresa. Andrew Critter says, I met Davey Allison. Oh, the race driver. Yeah. Richard Petty gave me a ride in his race car in the 1990s. Angela, you know, you're going a little too far with all this, okay? Let me put it this way. We get it. You're famous. Famous people love and adore you. And I can tell you why, because you probably make them the most wonderful meals, and who wouldn't forget you, you know? Did I get out of that?
The mean old man.
The mean old man. Let's see. Malarkey says, I'd love to have met Carl Sagan. I would have as well. Doubt he would have wanted to meet me. I'm not so sure about that, actually, to be perfectly honest. Let's see, who else wants to meet someone? That's pretty much it. I think that they're washed up here.
I'd like to meet Prince William.
Prince William.
Mhm.
Well, you know, Prince William was a very unique breed of cat. I'm not sure. Prince William, he liked them young. Let's just put it that way. And we won't have to add anything to that.
Doodle. Princess
Do-
Diana's kid.
Oh, what was the name? Which prince? Aren't they all the same?
William.
Oh, William, not Andrew. I thought you said Andrew.
No.
Oh,
That's
please.
why I stopped you. Sometimes
Stop.
it's good for me to stop you.
Yes, stop mumbling, please. I'm terrible.
Prince friggin' William.
Oh, I didn't know his middle name. Thank you. Friggin.
Your
That-
guts.
that's unique. I like that name. Oh, thank you, Malarkey.
William.
Prince Friggin Williams. That's very, I like that. And I think if anybody hears this, they're going to name their child Friggin, and that might be a great middle name. Will you stop that friggin' annoying? That's my middle name. Knock it off. Yeah.
I would have loved to have met Davy Jones.
Oh, Davy Jones of the Monkees. Black Eagle says, I want to go back to bigotry and racism.
All right.
No. If you came in the middle, Black Eagle, it's all compacted, and it's there at the beginning. So I think it'd be worth your time if you want to look at it.
Here
Absolutely.
it is in a nutshell. It's bad. Knock it off. Stop doing it. Don't be my friend if you're going to. End of story.
Well,
There you go.
can't improve on that. It's pretty much.
Can't go much better than that. It
No.
sucks.
It sucks. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I think that there's a lot of conversation we still need to have about it. It's a very serious topic, despite the fact that Dolly is being so silly right now.
Wow. Good thing I didn't bring up it's better than leprosy.
Better than leprosy, yeah. Janie says, when Grayson gets in trouble, I call him Grayson Jermaine Jackson. Ah, nice. Nice. That's Michael's brother, Jermaine, right? Is he still with us? Not Michael, we know he's not, but Jermaine, I think he might be.
Someone just passed. One of the
There was one,
brothers.
yeah, there was.
Tito,
Yeah.
maybe.
Tito, I bet it was Tito. Yeah, I like that name. I like Tito.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that's his given name.
It reminds me of mosquito. I don't know why, but or tortillo. No, it's tortilla. Sorry. Malarkey. Yeah, please do, Black Eagle. I think it's worth reflection. I'll look at it myself, see if I can learn something. I think we all have a lot to learn, especially in this area. You know, I grew up in a very white part of the country in the middle of the last century, in 1949, in Nebraska, and there wasn't a black person in my hometown. And ironically, all my heroes were black. Willie Mays, Wilt Chamberlain, the running back from the Cleveland Browns, Jim Brown. They were all my heroes. Never met a black person in my life. I think young people tend to go toward people who excel at what they do, but yeah. And so, you know, it was just something I was so unfamiliar with until my dad took me and my younger stepbrother to Chicago to see a Cubs game at Wrigley Field. We took the train, and the first time I had met a black person, a porter, I believe, on the train, and it was like a first time experience for me. And then, I could tell you some stories. We had a black child who had a baseball outside Wrigley Field, and he was selling it. It had all the Cubs players' names and even the coaches, and we bought it. Of course, when we got back out, we found that may not have been authentic, but hey. And so we played with that baseball until we knocked literally the cover off of that baseball. But so there was use to it. We got our money's worth. But yes, the Cubs played the Giants, and Willie Mays, my hero, I saw at Wrigley Field way back in the day. And Wrigley Field has not changed one bit, right, Dolly? It's exactly the
No,
same.
it hasn't. No,
It's
it
got
hasn't.
the ivy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look behind Wrigley Field, you will see a number of tall high-rises, older ones. that people will come out and watch the Cubs game from above the stadium when they're up high, and they're looking down on it. And some people actually have people come in, they pay a small price, and they watch the game from there. You knew that, right, Dolly?
I own all those buildings.
You own them. I thought you might
Yes,
have.
so I rent them out. No, I let people stay there for free because that's how good
Yeah.
of a person I am.
You are. Have I ever talked about your virtue? Because good doesn't even begin to identify how good you are.
You have called me a saint before.
Oh, I thought it was sinner. Saint? Okay, let's go with saint.
No,
Yes.
you were madly in love with me one day and said, "Oh, you're such a saint." And I go, "Oh yeah, you'll never remember saying that."
Right. Oh, super serious. There were 6 Jackson brothers. I remember when they were the Jackson 5. Now, was it Latoya? It was number 6. But there were the Jackson 5, and oh my God, what were
There
some
was
of
a
those?
younger brother that
Oh,
wasn't
really?
there originally. Oh, that was the
Oh.
Osmonds. The Osmonds had a baby brother that wasn't in there, but he. Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Look, Black Eagle's trying to confuse us. You know what she said? Said every
What?
Friday night, Jackson 5, Donnie and Marie, Sonny and Cher, Partridge Family.
Yes. And where
Yeah.
we lived in a small town, and well, it doesn't matter, but we didn't have a TV when I was growing up, so I would make sure I babysitted every Friday and Saturday night, so I can watch TV, so I can watch all that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Love
Well,
American Style, I think, was Saturday night. Maybe that's Friday night.
Oh, yeah. That was a new fangled show that came along years later. You know what I remember on Saturday, Black Eagle, you forgot. Saturday morning, we all watched American Bandstand with the world's oldest teenager, Dick Clark, right? Remember that?
I
Huh?
love
Huh?
that show.
You like that joke? Every time they'd have a song, and they'd take the microphone to the teenagers and they'd say, do you like the song? And they would always say the same thing. They'd say, yes, it has a nice beat and it's easy to dance to. You
Yep.
remember that? That's what they would say
Absolutely every time.
every time. Oh, sometimes they'd say, you know, it looks easy to dance to and I bet it has a nice beat too. And Dick Clark would go, you are right, oh right one. That's how it would go. I remember they had a band on one time from Nebraska. Nebraska is not the epicenter of great musical talent, but they had a band on from guys that were ahead of me in school, a few years ahead, that had formed a band. You would never have heard of them, but they were there, and that was
They
their,
made it to American Bandstand.
They made it to American Bandstand. That was their claim to fame. I played football in high school with a guy who was one of the singers for. His real name is Max Gronenthal. He goes by Max Max Carl, I forget now. Lead singer of a couple of bands. What were they? Let me think. They're kind of like country rock a little bit, but mostly rock. They'll come to me. But other than that, you know, there's nobody. Johnny Carson came from Norfolk, Nebraska. The other claim to fame we had in my little town was it was the world's largest livestock market. True. And you wanted to build your house, you wanted to build your house up air, not down air from the livestock market because
You buried that. You
I
didn't
did.
lead with that. Like, that's the tease. You should have told us that up front.
I know.
The
Because
livestock.
the odeur still lingers on moi. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, I was going to say something, but that would have been rude. Now I understand.
Yes. Black Eagle still babysits for $1 an hour. Now they get 20. Yeah, $1 an hour though. Remember, you could buy 2 big bunches of bananas at 8 cents a pound. Think of how many bananas you could get for $1. Or a Hershey bar, which was a full-size Hershey bar, 28 ounces or whatever they were. You know, probably for $1. Or what else could you get? You could probably get a couple of gallons of milk. I don't know. Things were way cheaper back then.
Well, none of us babysitted for that.
What? What did you
Black
say?
Eagle. You heard me, and if not, Black Eagle did anyway. So
That's true. She did. She's giving you the raspberries right back. Exploitation.
well, the raspberries was actually to you, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Super Serial said he saw the Jacksons at the Astrodome during the Victory Tour. Wow, that's really cool, actually.
Oh,
10th row, $50 for a ticket, and that would be a fortune back then. Absolutely.
oh yeah.
I mean, there are people who won't pay $50 today. I mean, obviously you can't get anything for $50 today, but yeah, that's amazing. I think the last
see.
concert, what?
I've seen 30 Seconds to Mars 3 times.
30
And
seconds.
that's
of it.
who is stars in that new movie Tron.
Oh, see, I haven't really gotten into Tron yet. That's probably, I'll get to
I
Tron
never
in
will.
4 or 5 years, maybe. I'll start looking
Yeah.
at the Tron thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last concert I attended as a kid was Peter, Paul, and Mary in 1952. Yeah, that was the last rock and roll concert I attended.
Baby.
Where have all the flowers gone?
No, listen to me.
Yeah.
You haven't been to a concert since then?
We're leaving on a jet plane. Don't
Oh,
know
for
when I'll
Christ's
see Dolly back again. Right?
You better get on a jet plane, and we better go watch. I'll find some concert somewhere for you to go to.
No, I went to the Moody Blues. I'm trying to remember the last one.
Oh, I do like them.
Don McLean came to the area. What was that song of his? American Pie, right? Well, among others. Vincent was a big song of his. Vincent Van Gogh. Janie says, I babysat all week for someone to get $50. That's pretty good money for back whenever that was. That really is. Malarkey said at live bands, some were so good, but all the venues shut down. Whoops, that went by too fast. About 25 years ago. And Malarkey, you are at the epicenter of rock and roll. I mean, you are, I'm not saying you are from Liverpool, but hey,
Malarkey's from Liverpool with
No,
Ringo?
no, I just said I'm not saying you're from Liverpool. No, that was who's the guy? Sean the Brit. He's from down in Old Soho, where you drink champagne, and it tastes just like cherry cola.
Oh, yeah.
Hey la 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 la. Remember that song? No, I tease him. I'm a kidder. I tease.
Yeah, but you're not good at it, honey.
I know
Let
it.
me do the. I'll be the funny one.
You'll handle the humor. I'll handle the boredom. Janie said Vincent is so beautiful, and it really is. Don McLean lived in Maine. Yep. My favorite group when I was kind of younger was Lobo. Lobo was a solo artist, and he came from Tennessee, and I believe he's still there. Lobo was real popular in Asia, but Lobo had Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. That was probably the one people would most often remember. Yeah. Super Suicide. I'm going to the Bills versus Texans game at NRG Stadium, adjacent to the Astrodome, and my ticket upwards of $1,000.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
That's not. I had season tickets to the Seahawks. It's crazy, and the parking as well. I'm more angry about the cost of parking. Yeah,
You might
no,
as
really.
well buy a car or something.
Oh, well, yeah, it's like it's the inheritance. It's gone in the season.
Yeah, take the train into the city. Don't drive or anything.
Oh, Angela said. Go ahead, hon.
No, it's gone.
It's gone. It'll come back. Angela said, I saw Jimi Hendrix open for the Monkees in '66 at the park. That's amazing. Jimi Hendrix, we have a big Jimi Hendrix museum here. What is it called? Anyway, it's a huge thing for Jimi Hendrix, who was from Seattle, of course, and he's buried here. I like Dolly Dagger was probably my favorite Jimi Hendrix song. What, hon?
I saw that. Thank you. I've been saying it in my head. I saw where Jimmy. I didn't see it, but it was like on a movie or something about the monkeys. But Jimmy opened for the monkeys, and they gave him all kinds of crap. Like, these are young girls that came to see the monkeys, not to see this really radical, loud playing.
Left winger.
No,
Left wing radical, Jimi Hendrix. Well, he burns his guitar on stage. Yeah. No, he had, what a famous saying of Jimi Hendrix? He said, how did he put it? He said, we'll have peace when, how'd it go? When the power of love overcomes the love of power. That's a direct Jimi Hendrix quote. When the love of power is overcome by the power of love, we will have peace. That's Jimi Hendrix.
Power is overcome by the love.
By the power of love.
By the power of love.
Yeah, that's an awesome statement that he made.
Jimmy said that.
Yeah. Malarkey said the last concert she went with Neil Young about 18 years ago in a hop field. I love it, in a hop field. That's wonderful. Janie said Neil Young was Harvest Moon. Yeah, it's a great song. Go ahead, please.
keep making my daughter go with me to go see my 30 Seconds to Mars. I'll go wherever they're at. Yeah. I'll go there.
You know what the biggest regret I have in my life?
What's that?
Is that after I graduated from high school in '68, that the following summer, I should have headed east, but I headed west. Now, I'm glad things worked out and everything. But if I headed east, I could have ended up at Gasger's farm in August 15th through August 16th, 17th. Those 3 days, August 15th, 1969, for Woodstock.
I was there.
You were there. Was that you in the mud? Because they were all in the mud. It was rainy the whole time.
I had my fourth kid there.
Your fourth kid.
My fourth baby was born there. And he
Did you name him Woody?
Well, you would think so, the way he acts, but no, he was the first 12-pound baby ever born sideways.
Oh, that sounds painful.
It was. But,
You know why men don't get pregnant? Don't get pregnant and have babies? You know why?
Why is that?
It would hurt too much. We're not gonna. Some things are best left to women. I'm being serious here.
I swear, if men had babies, there would be zero population growth. Zero.
Absolutely.
One baby families, and there would be no more.
Janie's talking about Dan Fogelberg.
Janie! I did not get to see him.
And Michael McDonald. Boy, they both were great voices, weren't they? It's like
George Michael. So bad.
Oh yeah, I mean epic love songs, right? How do you do better than that?
Don't dox me, but don't dox me. Just never mind. But I know I should have saw Dan a million times, and I didn't get to, and I regret that.
Yeah.
Don't dox me.
Oh, Malarkey. Well, I hear you. Malarkey said she played Hendrix Watchtower. Yeah, that is a great song. That is a great song. You still can't play that one without getting a copyright thing. Yeah, that's a great song. What, is someone calling you?
No, it's my sensor.
Oh, it's your thing going off. Gotcha. It's okay.
Yeah,
Do you want,
I'm going right now. It is stopped.
do you want me to mute you?
No, I got it.
Okay. Now, back to Woodstock. Back to Woodstock. Melanie Sofka, the youngest performer at Woodstock, she was an add-on after some British group could not attend, and so they got her, and nobody knew who she was. And oh my God, Melanie Sofka, Melanie, Brand New Key, all that. Yeah, she was really amazing. And it rained there the 3 days, and she wrote a song after Woodstock called Candles in the Rain, which that was based on her experience there. Oh, the trivia. R.C. Yards grew up 30 minutes from Woodstock, but I was only 7 in '69. Yeah, well, there were young kids there. There were Catholic nuns at Woodstock. There were Catholic nuns in their nunnery outfits, in their garb. Yeah, open to everyone. That was kind of like Hotel California. You can go, but you can't leave. Boy, trying to get out of there with the way the roads were. I mean, they're just, and it was crazy. Everybody helped everybody else push them out of the muddy ditch when they got stuck. I mean, what amazing stories came out of Woodstock. Yeah, trivia is fun, isn't it, Janie? It really is. I'm going to tell on you, Black Eagle. No, I'm not. Oh, a lot of nuns. I have priests and nuns in my family. Yeah. I couldn't get away from it. But they are second to none in some ways. My second husband had 2 nuns in his family. Yeah. Nuns live a long time. If you ever go to a lot of the cemeteries are right on the grounds of a convent, and if you go look at the headstones of the nuns, a lot of them routinely lived in 90s and 100s. They lived a long time. Probably because they didn't meet a man in their life. They didn't have the back and forth. But hey, that's just a theory.
Well, now that you mentioned it.
What? What you up to
Nothing.
now?
Nothing.
Oh, don't hold back now.
Oh, I'm too shy to go around saying what I really think.
Oh, you'll tell me later. I know what later's
Sure,
like.
I will.
If someone asks me, hey, what's later like, Stellar? Oh, I just say the word dolly. I would say the word dolly is later. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Malarkey's taking notes. She's going
I'm
to
gonna have to
verify.
look that too. Anyway, yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Marky.
Well, we'll leave this up for the faint of heart, and they can see if everything is accurate. But you know what happened ahead of Woodstock?
Shoot.
Woodstock.
I got-
Oh,
I'll be back.
okay.
Not long.
All right.
I'm going to say signed in and everything.
Okay, I'll mute you, but just let me know when you want to be unmuted.
Okay.
All right. So Woodstock was in 1969. If you went to the West Coast, Monterey, the Monterey Folklife Fest, or whatever it's called, Monterey Pop Festival, was, I believe, in 1965. And they had some huge, big-name bands there, just like they did at Woodstock. But you know what? Those are just distant memories. They were a long time ago, right? When we were young people. A lot of debauchery builds good friendships, RC. Yeah, I'm told that. Or it builds something. Might build up the blood pressure. I don't know. I don't think I can carry this conversation without Dolly. She has no idea where she's put me. But hey. So let me look and see how long I've been on. I do have a closing song. Dolly will come back and they go, they left! Where the hell did they go? But I've got a song like Jim Croce. I've got a song. What is it called? Oh, it's called What If. I'm going to play a song at the end called What If. So, because honestly, this has been one of the more serious live streams that I've ever done. I would say it's one of the more important ones in my way of thinking. And it probably won't make everybody happy, but you know, a lot of that's up to us, I would say. Yes, indeed. So maybe what I'll do, I'll just say goodbye for Dolly. I don't know if, let me see, I'll put her audio back on, see if she's here. Dolly, are you still here?
I just got back, and goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
We're going to say goodbye, and here's a song to lead us out called What If, okay? Thank you all for being here.
See y'all next time.
Yep, see you next time. Here we go. What If? Love it.
What if truth ain't just what you feel inside? What if flags don't mean freedom when justice hides? What if minutes a caught didn't all commit crimes, just caught up in fear and political lies? What if, would you feel the world shift? If even one what if was true, would it matter to you? What if Noah's budget got bled dry and no one knew the storm was close by? What if kids at the summer camp died in their sleep, 'cause the warnings came late and the water ran deep? What if the Haitians weren't eating your pets, but just hungry and human with nothing left? What if Kilmer, Albrego, Garcia ain't MS-13, just a scapegoat idea? What if the border don't need more steel, but more truth and compassion to start to heal? What if being great takes courage to see that fear is a cage, not a guarantee? What if the things that the president said weren't meant to inform, but to mislead instead? What if the stories that stirred up the crowd were written to vote, not to say them out loud? What if tariffs won't bring the factories back, but just push the poor to feel under attack? What if it's not about jobs or trade, but making whole nations grovel and obey? What if migrants gave more than they take, built your cities, your farms, your coffee break? What if taxes from their daily grind keep your lights on and your streets aligned? What if, would your heart start to lift? If the truth broke through the blue, would it matter to you? What if all your faith was wrapped in a name that whispered division and fueled the flame? What if all it takes is